Well, hey, neighbors, welcome to Becoming American, Staying You, the podcast that helps you study for the U.S. naturalization test, the 2025 version with 128 questions, so that you can pass the test, but we give you these answers with context built around them and some personal connections and stories so that you can not only pass the test, but keep your roots. We are talking today about symbols and holidays. Folks, we are in the last stretch. We are in the last 10 questions. We have 5 of them in this episode and 5 of them in the next episode that's going to be holidays. And who doesn't love to talk about a holiday? But today we are talking about symbols, okay? Some of the symbolism around the United States. We'll talk about the Capitol, the Statue of Liberty, the flag, and the national anthem, and the motto that is printed on our money, the nation's first motto. So let's pop in. Okay, what is the capital of the United States? And you are getting a free vacation photo right here, free of charge, my friends. That's Pato the duck that came with me on my spring vacation this year. We took pictures of him all over the nation's capital. It was hilarious. But the capital of the United States, where we took that lovely picture, is in Washington, D.C. So Washington, D.C. is not its own state. It's just this little federal district. Remember we talked about all those districts before with the representatives? So it's just a little federal district, and it's just like the footprint of our government right there in the middle of this beautiful, beautiful section of land. And it was when we were there, and again, this is spring 2026, it was absolutely beautiful. It was clean, it was safe, the cherry blossoms were blossoming, the birds were singing, the air was clear. It was a really nice visit. So many museums and places to go, and it's all free of charge. We toured the Capitol, we went to the Library of Congress, we went to the National Archives, we went to the Smithsonian Museums, and a handful of other places, and it was lovely. It was really fun to go. So anyways, the answer to the question is, what is the capital of the United States? The capital of the United States is Washington, D.C. Right? Next, where will you find the Statue of Liberty? Okay, and this is very interesting because the Statue of Liberty is in a river. It's in the Hudson River, and it's right between New York and New Jersey. And they named the little spot that they put it Liberty Island. So you have lots of choices for your answers here. You can officially say that the Statue of Liberty is in New York. You can say that it's in New Jersey. You can say that it's on the Hudson River. You can say that it's on Liberty Island, or you want to just keep things simple. Just say it's near New York City. All right, next. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Okay. And that is because there were 13 original colonies. And if you haven't found that song yet, I'm telling you, you gotta listen to that song. You'll have every state in our entire country memorized after 5 singings of that song, let me tell you. But yes, the 13 stripes in our flag represent the 13 colonies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, don't use my sweater as an example. There's only 7 on my sweater. This is just an iconic representation of the flag. All right, but yes, stripes represent the colonies. Now, why does our flag have 50 stars? That's because there's 1 star for each state. So if you look at different examples of the American flag throughout history, there are different numbers of stars on the flag as you go through history. We actually have a flag somewhere here in the house that only has 48 stars on it because it belonged to my husband's father, who got it before we had Alaska and Hawaii. So cool. All right. So Stars and Stripes, my friends, also another great song. That is a great song. But the Star Spangled Banner is the name of the song for our next question. And that is the name of our national anthem. The national anthem is the Star Spangled Banner. It's a good one. So the national anthem, the title of the national anthem is the Star Spangled Banner. The nation's first motto was E pluribus unum. What does that mean? It means out of many. That's plural, like a word is plural, like there's more than one. Okay. Unum, like unanimous or union. Out of many, one. And that is the nation's motto. And why don't you go and look on the back of some money, coins and dollar bills, if you have any of that real stuff actually floating around still, and see if you can find our nation's motto written on the back of our cash money. All right, so that is it on the symbols section. Today was short and fun. I love it. So here are some questions for you for today. What are the most important symbols of your home culture or your family? Okay. Do you have a mascot or an icon or a coat of arms? Right? It's something that just you look at it and it gives you that little bit of a chill, right? That feeling of connection. When you see American national symbols like the flag or the Statue of Liberty, what do those things say to you? And which American symbol feels most meaningful to your own story and why? I hate it when people are like and subscribe, but I would love it if you would share that in the comments. I think that would be such a beautiful thing to just like show some connection and build some community. So if you're in a space where you're able to drop a comment in, maybe tell us what symbol feels most meaningful to your story. That would be really neat. Hey, that would be super special. I would love to hear that. Next time, we are going to be talking about holidays, but you have finished the symbols section of symbols and holidays, and I hope that you had some fun with this one. Go back, listen to it again, make sure you've got your questions and your answers comfortable and that you're able to speak them comfortably. So listen to this 2 or 3 more times so that those just roll off your tongue, whatever answers you decide to choose. Pass the test, but keep your roots, my friends. We're making a better America. We'll see you next time.